Hello and welcome to AZ in the Circle, Arizona Softball Podcast. We have a very special show for you today. We got two special guests with us. We got Kaylie Pequeno with Corona del Sol, and we have Brooke Zuluaga from Seton Catholic, very dear to my heart. Okay, so I'm super excited to finally have you on the show.
Thank you.
And Kaylie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna definitely we're gonna cover some topics. We're gonna cover. We're gonna recap your fall ball season for both of you, and then Kaylie, both of you are in the class of 2026.
Yes.
So we're gonna show some video of you in action, and then talk about that a little bit, and then talk about high school softball, which you have coming up pretty soon. The season's about to kick off. If you're looking forward to any certain team that you want to play, and then Brooke will do the same for you. All right. In between Kaylie and Brooke, we'll have a commercial. We have a sponsor now, Pure Green Tempe. It's a juice bar out there on Mill Avenue, and then we'll talk summer schedule, and we'll see where it takes us. All right. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Kaylie, this fall ball, you're on AZ Storm team.
Yes, AZ Storm Sheehan.
Sheehan. Yeah. And tell us about how the fall ball season went.
It was different. Being on a new team and adjusting with new coaches, new players, and being with new people on the field. And it was fun though. I love my teammates, and traveling with them is always really fun. We went to Tennessee in Chattanooga, and then that was really fun. Whenever we go to the east side, I feel like I always see really good pitching and velocity, and so it's always nice traveling, going to different areas. So that was really fun.
Did you ever seen that graphic of all the D1 schools to the east of the Mississippi and all the D1 schools west of the Mississippi?
Yeah, and how it's more
So
scattered.
much more east.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself a lot more coaches there?
Yeah, for sure. And just being in that area and seeing a bunch of new coaches and seeing new schools, because I'm used to knowing and seeing all the schools on the west side. So being there on the east side and having a new, different environment, and seeing that for sure. Yeah.
And in Tennessee, we were there as well. After Mercado was there, and the weather was pretty nice.
Oh yeah, actually, that was probably the coldest weather I played. Like there, it was pretty cold.
But it wasn't that cold.
It wasn't that cold, but like, especially in being in Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
Being in Arizona and then going to Tennessee, it's much colder. So it was weird to be playing in a different weather.
Different weather.
Yeah, for sure.
You're so used to playing in Southern California.
Yeah,
Arizona.
where it's like 90, high 90s. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
All right, so I know what hasn't changed is your swing. You got a beautiful swing.
Thank you.
And I know this because not that I know, but I was talking to a coach one time. We had this organizational workout, and there was a coach from the East Coast, and we got time to talk, and he was telling me how he evaluated. I asked him, "Tell me how you look at swings," because I don't know. And he was telling me all these things, and then I was seeing it happen. And then he came to one of our games, and he happened to see you hit. And he goes, and then I go, evaluate her. And he did, and he's from the East Coast, and he said you had a good swing, you get right to it, you don't move around, you stay nice and quiet. I said, okay. And then I had a coach from the West Coast Conference come to me and say, hey, I like Kaylie's swing. Can you please invite her to our camp? So then you had coaches from the East Coast and the West Coast saying you had a good swing. And don't take it just from me, but we have a video queued up, and I want to show it, okay? Because you're definitely a hitting machine. And the purpose that I want to get out there with this video is that if you need a batter that hits for average and hits line drives, and you slap and you punch it and you swing away and you always seem to get on base somehow, you're definitely a super hard out. And in a game that's super it's hard to do that kind of stuff, but you do it, and I know it doesn't come. I know you make it look easy, but I know you put a lot of work into it. So here's the video. Right to it, you get it there. That's your double, and you waste no time putting the bat on the ball. Yep. Here you punch it right over the shortstop. Yeah. And then you go opposite. A lot of times you go opposite. You always go deep into the count.
Yeah.
And then you go line drive center field all the time. And then there you hit a grounder. So you really spray it all across the field.
Yeah. Recently I've been hitting for power, using my legs, and I was mainly slapping for a long time. And just it's nice to be able to use the whole field and really drive the ball now.
Yeah, you got a really good discipline at the plate. You know, I've noticed that and seeing you play since I saw you play a lot this past summer. So it's always a pleasure watching you play, and you always battle really, really good. And you're talented enough where you foul off the stuff that you don't like, and then you really wait for that pitch that you want, and it's paid dividends for you. And it's great to see you. You got a big. You ever seen? Have you ever seen Hunger Games?
No, what is it?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah, I have.
And who's the?
Oh, Katniss.
Katniss.
Yeah, with the
she got a bunch of arrows and a quiver, like different weapons. That I feel like that's you. You know. Okay,
thank you.
Huh? Toolbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the power now, and I got the slap, and I got the bunt. So you put it all together.
Thank you. That's a lot.
Means you put a lot of work into it.
Yes.
Let's talk high school softball. You're playing for Corona. You're a sophomore. What are you looking forward most this season?
Just playing with my friends at school and having a new environment that's different from club, because club, after a long period of time, it can get very overwhelming and just going to tournaments and stuff. So it's nice to have a different environment and having my games spread out. And I'm really
not having like 6 in a weekend.
Yeah, and just really like focusing on that game and those at bats, and just it's nice to have a different game type.
Now, do you have like 2-game series, like where you play Monday against, say, Desert Vista, and then Wednesday they play at your place? Is it a 2-game series?
Yeah, it's like that near the end of the year with teams from our region. So we do that. I know we do that with Gilbert and I believe Highland, I think.
So that's a little bit like college, right? You're playing this, like a series with the team. So you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's nice. And if I had like a bad game, I can improve, or like I can, show my skill and like different.
What about is there any team that you are interested in like beating them? Like anybody on your schedule you want to circle?
I would say playing with the bigger teams. I mean, I like Basha or Pinnacle because they have some good pitchers, and just any team with some like good pitchers and movement I'd like to face, because I've always like a challenge and just facing good players.
Well, you picked a sport that is a big challenge, so and you're excelling in it, so kudos to you for that too. And then we're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsor, all right, and then we'll be back to talk to Brooke. Pure Green Juice Bar in Tempe, Arizona. It's located off of Mill and 3rd Street, just behind Daily Jam. They are big supporters of ASU softball, so much so that they're offering 10% off any smoothie if you go get juiced up before the game. So pre-game at Pure Green Tempe, 10% off any smoothie in the house. And then when the Sun Devils win, for the next 24 hours, you get 15% off anything on the entire menu. So go Devils. And remember, whether that's a home game or an away game, anytime they win, you get 15% off the entire menu. They got great acai bowls. In the morning, they got great avocado toast, great different things. So, hey, Pure Green Tempe. And we're back. Now, next up is Brooke Zuluaga, my daughter, and super proud of you, Brooke. Glad you're on the show. And like we with Kaylie, we want to talk about your fall season. This past fall season, how did it go for you? What did you think of it? I know you had you guys moved up to 18U and you had new teammates. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was really excited going to 18U. It was my first year, and I like that our team were really diverse. We have a few freshmen, a few 25s, 26s, and seniors, and I like that just because I'm also learning their recruiting journey while learning, like going through my own, getting to see like our seniors where Maudie and Abby just committed versus our juniors, Charlie committed pretty soon. Just getting to learn that. And I think for how big of an age gap we have really good chemistry. And then, for the fall season, we did a lot of showcases, and I loved traveling with my team. It was hard. We went 6 weekends straight, so it was a grind.
In 4 different states.
Yeah, we traveled a ton. We went to the South a lot more than we had before. I thought that was super fun.
You like the South?
Yeah.
That's great. And you had some new teammates. What do you think of your new teammates you guys picked up?
Yeah, we got Katie and Amira were our like best friends. I like Katie a lot. She's a great outfielder. Amira is super fast. She's a good hitter. She just committed to Howard too.
What about that little pitcher from Utah State?
Kendall's awesome. She definitely helped us this season. She's like a powerhouse. I'm excited to watch her in high school ball too. I love playing outfield for her because I don't have to do much work, honestly.
Oh, when she's pitching, yeah. And then the middle infielder, Carson, that has a good glove.
Yeah, we have a great middle infield. They're both 26s. Carson's super fun and sweet, and I'm excited to keep playing with them together.
Yeah, and Avery's the one that's been on your team. Yeah, I think that Carson and Avery, they could be the best middle infield in the state.
I agree. I've been playing with Avery since I joined, so 3.5 years.
14U, 16.
Yeah, 14, 16, 18. We're from the original Mercado team, and it's been really fun growing with her.
Okay, good. And you guys, we do have some film on you too, Brooke, because I think, and I'll talk about it a little bit more afterwards, but you definitely have a knack for coming up in clutch moments, hitting the winning RBI, and I know it has a lot to do with your teammates, but the eye in the sky does not lie, and we got proof. So roll tape. This is out in, I think it was in Don Battles On, game-winning 2-run RBI single. That's a mirror right there, and then Avery comes in. And then here, game-tying RBI. And then you're pretty aggressive on the bases. It could end there, but you see an opening, and you take it, and you make it. And then that 0-2 pitch, super high. I don't know how you hit it. We'll talk about that. It's another thing you have. And then you've been working on your pitching. You just picked up the rise ball. You've been working out hard. And then this one, we were down by 2 runs late in the game. You went to Tennessee to play a Storm team, and that ties it up. And then you don't even get a green light. You just go. And they took the lead. So definitely way to get after it. And going back to that 0-2 pitch, it seems to me that I've seen it, and Kaylee's seen it too, where it's almost like you thrive when it gets to 0-2. Tell us a little bit about your approach when you're behind in the count.
Yeah, I honestly think 0-2 counts simplify the game because your goal at that point is just, you're trying to stay alive. So making contact, my goal is just put something in play hard, no matter where it is in the zone. Usually my plan is look out and react in. So I'm just still doing that, but then I'm widening my zone a little, and I have a little more leeway. And I think it's just simplifies the game for me. And I also know, we get 3 strikes for a reason. If a pitcher already got 2 on me, I'm not going to let her get the 3rd. You just have to have that good mindset of, I'm getting the next one. It doesn't matter how many she already has on me.
That's great. And then going back to, hey, your teammates really count on you to come through in clutch moments. Explain that you put yourself in situations where time and time again, somehow you make it happen.
Yeah, well, Mo, my coach, always tells us how pressure is a privilege. So obviously I love being in that position. And then I just trust myself, trust everything I've learned. But also, in RBI, all the runs I've batted in for whatever games, my teammates had to get on for that to happen. So it's just all of us doing our part together. That's my favorite thing about softball is just that it's a team sport and nothing's done by just one person. And they trust me to bring them in. Avery usually steals second, so I just have to bring her in 2 bases. Makes my job easier. Yep.
No, that's true because I've heard coaches say, hey, when you're pitching, they're not going to beat us with a solo shot home run, So, just throw it. It's a team game, But when you get base runners on, that's when you can do damage, and you've shown it time and time again.
And I also think as I've continued pitching, it's helped me a lot hitting because knowing my mindset as a pitcher, what I would do, getting to think, okay, if my pitcher's in this situation, I'm trying to do this, so it helps me too.
Yeah, because another thing, you make a killing off first pitch strikes. Because is that because you're a pitcher and you understand that the pitcher's trying to get ahead?
Yeah, I'm always trying to get ahead, so I know. And the further behind you get, the more out of the zone the pitches are going to get. So just why put yourself in that position?
Yeah. So you make a living off the first pitch strike, and you make a living too when it's 0-2. You widen your strike zone, and you can hit high, low. I've seen it. You like the high ones, you like the low ones, like anything that you can hit.
Yeah, if I can reach it.
If you can reach it, okay, that sounds good. All right, so but let's talk high school softball. You were a freshman last year, first team all-region. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You had a chance, like Lexi was in a different episode, and she's also at Seton Catholic. She had a chance to play with Sierra Daniel at LSU. How was that as a freshman, getting the look up as a senior at LSU?
Working with Sierra was so cool, and just I got to ask her so many questions too about her recruiting journey. And then her dad is also one of our coaches, and he still is. So I've been talking to him a lot still. He's a good conditioning coach. He works us hard. And yeah, having that middle infield behind me as a freshman, I built a lot of trust with them. So I loved working with both of them.
That's good. And then this year, what are you looking forward most in high school with high school softball?
I'm looking forward. We have 2 tournaments this year. That's fun. And then I like playing all the teams in our regional games, and then having another shot at playoffs. I want to face Seton Catholic again. It was close last year and like a clean game, so I'm hoping we get to face them later on too.
Yeah, they're the 3-time defending state champion. You guys took them on in the second round, and you had the lead for a little bit. But hey, there's always this year too. So yeah, good luck to you guys. I'm super excited to see how you guys are going to do in high school this fall. And then so let's talk summer schedule. Okay, but before we start summer 2024, I like to recap summer 2023 because you two are on the same team.
Yes.
Athletics Mercado 16U, and tell me about the Alliance. You guys went to the Elite 8 at the Alliance, right? Tier 2. Tell me how exciting that was, Kaylie.
I mean, every single game was a battle to get there, and it was just fun. Our team was so close last year, and it's just like getting there together and experiencing it all together was just so much fun. And
you
then
got a couple elimination games to get to the Elite 8.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Do or die.
Yeah, and I just remember the last game we played, even though we lost, it was just so much fun being in the dugout cheering, and just we had such high energy the whole time, and it was really fun and a good experience, and just we built a lot of memories that tournament for sure.
Good. And Brooke, what was your take on it?
Yeah, I think that tournament, since it was the end of the summer, we had like the most chemistry, and I don't even think we realized. We were just taking it so one game at a time, winning every game, and then we were like, oh my gosh, we're in the Elite 8, like that energy. And then Mo would send us some motivational videos in between to keep us going, and just like relying so much on each other, we built so much trust by the end of the season, and just following that through, it was so much fun.
I remember it because it was inland. It was in that part, Chino Hills, or what was it called? Rosetta Canyon, in that area. It was really hot, right? It was super hot. But for you guys that play in the heat, I think that was an advantage because you guys played a couple games on that turf field, and those teams from Iowa, they weren't used to that heat, and you guys grinded through that day. And I think to you guys didn't even think about it.
We're used to the heat, yeah.
I think in their mind it affected them.
I also think that was the tournament where every single person did their part. We all picked each other up. Like, our pitching staff was really consistent. Charlie was definitely led the team, like, just vocally, like, led us well.
She's a good leader, yeah.
She's a Rutgers commit.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a stud out there on behind the plate, huh?
Yeah, it's great having her still.
Good. And let's talk about this summer. Where are some of the tournaments that you're going to go to on the Storm team for Sheehan?
I'm going to Zoom to June, which is a good one for recruiting, and then I'm going to Top Gun in Kansas for the first time this year. So I'm excited to play there. I've never been to Kansas and played, so it'll be a new experience for me. And then I think we're going back to Tennessee, which will be nice. And
you guys going to Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Scenic City?
Yes, I believe so. So that'll be fun to be back there and play. And then PGF, of course, which is fun. And then I haven't played at PGF since like 10U because last year I went to Alliance, which was great, but PGF.
No, you get to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah.
Super nice weather.
It'll be fun to be back there and play in that same tournament, and it'll like bring back some memories for sure.
Good. And then Brooke, your schedule, what's going on with you?
Yeah, we also start off with Zoom into June, and then we're doing the Scenic City Top 25 in Tennessee, which
Good.
I'm excited to go back to.
Good.
There. And then I'm most excited for the TCIC International Challenge. It'll be my second year playing for Team South America.
That's right before Sparklers?
Right before the Sparkler.
Oh, yeah. I go there too.
Yeah.
Team South America, you represent Colombia. That's awesome.
It was so fun. I made a lot of friends last year, so I'm excited. And then we have our Sparkler. Then we just got invited to TC Nationals in California.
Chino Hills, yeah.
And then we finish with Alliance in Indiana this year.
That's a lot. That's 5 tournaments. A lot of travel. Yeah,
Exciting.
and the good news is it's a lot of travel in the month of July, and when you want to be out of Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the upside of it. Well, that's exciting news for both of you. I wish you tons of luck.
Thank you.
First, for high school, And then I'm so excited for the summer too as well, because I'll be following you guys, because sometimes we're not at the same tournaments, and I'll be with you, Brooke. So I'll be with you. And then before you know it, it'll be August, and September 1st comes around. So I'd love for you guys, because I know you guys are both going to play at the next level when you guys finally do commit. Love to have you back on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. If you felt like we earned your subscription, please subscribe. Please like us. I'm Javier with AZ in the Circle, Arizona Softball Podcast.